Welcome to a video from thisislife.com. In this video I'm going to show you my new D-110 collection for the Korg Wavestate. There's a mod wave version available as well. Check it out on thisislife.com or our YouTube channel. So a few weeks ago I got a Roland D-110 synth module, multi-timbral synth module from 1988. It uses LA synthesis, so it's based on a sort of slightly cut down version of the D-50. The difference between this and the D-50 though is the D-110 was multi-timbral, so you could have different things on different MIDI channels, all stemmed from your sequencer at the same time, and there was a drum kit in there as well, and built-in reverb. So it made for an interesting expander module that you could use with your sequencer. In the days of pre-DAW digital audio recording, it was a great way of multi-tracking. There was the D20 keyboard version of it as well, and a D10 as well. So in this video I'm going to show you the sound set that I created for the Wavestate by sampling the D110 and then enhancing them and creating the performances for them. So we've got some reproductions of the original sounds, and then we've also got some custom sounds as well. So you heard like this one, the atmosphere. This is a straight sample. Atmospheric sounds, but we've got all these performances in there, and as I mentioned, there are some that aren't just presets. So for example, we've got this one, and you can control the snare through the sample control. So we've got some pad sounds like this one, and this is a custom sound, multi-layering the D20 samples, and the timing lane introduces a sequence. And then we've got some of the more standard ones. So this is the acoustic piano. So very sort of mid to late 80s on that one. And we've got some additional pianos. A bit more synthetic. And then we've got atmosphere, which is one of my favourite presets. I'm going to bass it. Bell swing, this is called. Got some nice bell sounds where that LA synthesis, which uses the attack sample, or the attack portion sampled, and then the rest of it is synthesized. That's why it makes good sounds like these bell sounds. And because the reason why is sample memory was really expensive in the 80s. So this is before rampers like the M1. So you could have a small amount of sample memory used for the attack. That initial attack is what gave you that instant recognition. A lot of these include poly aftertouch. You control it here from a key stage, or they use the mod wheel, so it uses both. Another bottle type one. And you've got brass sounds. Most of these are the original names as well, unless it's one of my custom ones. Nice, some breathy choir sound. Another breathy type pipe type sound. And then we've got a couple of Cellos, quite good layer with other things, which is what I use on a couple of my custom ones. And we've got a couple of Cellos. Not the most realistic, the Cellos, but they sound good in their own way. Incidentally, I've added the reverb and the effects through the Wavestate, so the samples are dry. Choir, a couple of clarinets, which I definitely don't think are that realistic. Got a couple of clavs. ContraBass. Got some other basses on there, deep bass. And some deep string. Some hits. And what I do like, echo bell. And echo pan. Echo pan, and what I've done with echo pan is it did pan in the original one, and I've used the an envelope to pan that. There's a couple of guitar type ones, and then the actual guitar. Not the best guitar sound. And this one I think is like more like a lead. So we've got a couple of bass sounds. And a couple of guitars. This one I think is supposed to be a lead guitar. Then we've got a tom. And I've made a little sequence for that as well. We've got a few organs. And some electric pianos. Some nice sort of electric piano sounds. Horn. classic ones, Fantasy. And the flutes, which are actually quite good. With the poly aftertouch. French horn and a couple of fretless basses. And then drum kit, we've got a full drum kit in there, which the D-110 has. And just note, this is actually the general MIDI structure with kick on C and snare on D, and that's because this was when general MIDI was being created. So this is pre-general MIDI, but Roland or general MIDI adopted the same layout that Roland used. There's loads of them on here. You can. And I've added a bit of gated reverb on there. There's full organ. Bass. And one of the ones I really liked was Ice Rains. So here are some custom ones. This is called in Factory. Some of the custom ones. So just using the Chorale one there, and we've got a vector organ which uses the joystick there to control the organ parts. And finally a clav. So all these are available as a free download from thedigitalLifestyle.com. You need to import the samples, which I'll show you how to do that, and import the performances as well. Right, so now I'm going to show you how you can import my samples into ModWave or Wavestate and the native versions as well. So what you're going to need is the Korg Sample Builder, so fire the sample builder up. Now there's two ways you can do this. I do provide you with a bank file which you can send to your device. It will remove the other samples in and just play that bank file. So let me just quickly show you. So you go to Open Bank, browse to the file. So here's the file, the D-110 file. So there you can now see all the samples from this collection. Pick your device and send bank. So that will remove all the existing samples, you know, not the factory sounds or anything like that, just the user samples. It removes those and sends this bank over. So that's great. If you're not using any multi-samples, this will send them over. If you want to retain your existing multi-samples and add mine as new ones, then I'll show you how to do that in a second. So that's sent that over. They're all in there. I'll show you how you access the performances in a second. So there's all sent over, and I could send those by picking there to the Wavestate. But what I actually prefer to do is have my own master bank and then just add the provided multi-samples and then send that, so that way you don't wipe out each time, you just keep adding new ones. So I go to my bank, so I've got an ID bank there. This is my master one, so everything is in here. So you could have one of those, and you want to add my D110 files in, you can do add multi-samples, and then you'll find all the sounds in there, and then you can pick the one you wanted to add and add that one, and that adds it in there. So then this is now my master, so I've got all my Fairlight ones in and my D110 ones and the mkII ones in, and I can just do send bank. Okay, so that's sent that. All those are now in my ModWave, and like I said, for Wavestate I would just pick that one and do the same thing. If you've got ModWave Native or Wavestate Native, what you can do is you can get your bank or my bank, and then you do save bank for plugin. I'm going to call my ID samples because that's what it is, or you could be my D110 samples, but you save that and it does some of the cleanup actions and the compiling and things like that in the background, and it prepares that file ready for the ModWave Native or Wavestate Native. So to import into the Wavestate, it's just a question of going to import, find the file that you unzipped, the D110 file, and then import that in, and that's done. So that's the performances. So that's my collection for D110 sounds. This isn't all of them, by the way, this is just volume 1. There's a lot more to come, so keep your eye out on thedislifestyle.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you get notification then when the next bank is out. Don't forget to check our other sample sets and other sound packs from ModWave and Wavestate, and things like the new Korg RP Odyssey VST as well. I've got a full patch for that as well, full set patches for that. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.